U.S. consumer spending posts largest gain since 2009. Washington, Reuters, U.S. consumer spending recorded its biggest increase in more than 8 years in September, likely as households in Texas and Florida replaced flood-damaged motor vehicles, but underlying inflation remained muted. The Commerce Department said on Monday consumer spending, which accounts for more than two-thirds of U.S. economic activity, jumped 1.0% last month. The increase, which also included a boost from higher household spending on utilities, was the largest since August 2009. Consumer spending increased by an unrevised 0.1% in August. Economists polled by Reuters had forecast consumer spending increasing 0.8% in September. The data was included in last Friday's third-quarter gross domestic product report, which showed that growth in consumer spending growth slowed to a 2.4% annualized rate after a robust 3.3% growth pace in the second quarter. The moderation in consumption was offset by a rise in inventory investment, business spending on equipment and a drop in imports, which left the economy growing at a 3.0% rate in the third quarter after the April-June period's brisk 3.1% pace. The Commerce Department said September data reflected the effects of Hurricanes Harvey and Irma, but said it could not quantify the total impact of the storms on consumer spending and personal income. Consumer spending in September was buoyed by purchases of motor vehicles, probably as drivers in Texas and Florida replaced automobiles that were destroyed when Harvey and Irma slammed the states in late August and early September. Spending on long-lasting goods like autos surged 3.2% last month. Outlays on services rose 0.5%. Though disruptions to the supply chain as a result of the hurricanes also likely contributed to an uptick in inflation last month, underlying price pressures remained benign. The Federal Reserve's preferred inflation measure, the Personal Consumption Expenditures (PCE) price index excluding food and energy, edged up 0.1% in September. The so-called core PCE has now increased by 0.1% for 5 straight months. The core PCE increased 1.3% in the 12 months through September after a similar gain in August. The core PCE has undershot the Fed's 2% target for nearly 5.5 years. When adjusted for inflation, consumer spending increased 0.6% in September after slipping 0.1% in August. While that put consumer spending on a higher growth trajectory heading into the fourth quarter, the pace of increase is unlikely to be sustained amid moderate wage gains. Personal income rose 0.4% last month, after increasing 0.2% in August. Wages advanced 0.4%. Savings fell to $441.9 billion in September from $521.4 billion in the prior month. Reporting by Lucia Muticani. Editing by Paul Simao.